I'm always thinking about art, like all the time, even though I may not be in the process of creating. It's never not on my mind. I consider myself a pop artist, so of course Andy Warhol is a big idol of mine, and I really appreciate how he sort of transforms mundane, everyday objects into works of art. I also grew up with Lisa Frank and the Binders, and I love all her colorful animal imagery. I started at the Glassell School of Art when I was like 6, back in the old glass building. And even though I pursued a formal education in science, I have always done art my entire life. I started with clay when I was in my late teenage years. And then I did some printmaking, and I was at Burning Bones Press for a while, mostly four-color gigantic wood blocks. Then when my kids were very small, I started to only do art from home, which I started my digital work there. I taught myself Photoshop, and my major love right now is a mixture of clay and photography. I feel that the world can be a dark, heavy place, and I want to create things that are not dark and heavy, that are fun, light, whimsical, colorful, that bring joy, that spark joy and happiness in other people. Well, I've heard that people walk in here and be like, well, this isn't real art. But I mean, I think that the most profound reaction as an artist you can have is for someone to have a reaction, whether it's positive or negative. Like, that's still a reaction. I think you've succeeded as an artist. You have to, trust yourself and what you're doing to make really, amazing works, I think. I always worked pretty small, and the challenge was always to work bigger and bigger. I learned how to slab build, which is basically rolling out a piece of clay and cutting like 2-inch pieces of clay and building them, and that allows you to make giant works of clay. I decided to do an oversized Tabasco because there's almost like a cult following of people and their hot sauces, and the original idea was just to make a bunch of large hot sauces. But I think Tabasco is like the most American brand hot sauce. So shake well, change the world, hope for the future, little messages. And the emojis have become actually an integral part of our lives and our communication, and I wanted to bring them into the actual reality of the world through clay. People love to see, I guess, sort of the dichotomy between the digital perfect emoji and the handmade, three-dimensional, worldly, where you can touch emojis. So I think that's been a lot of fun, creating those sorts of things.